It is day 2 of the 2022 Open Conference of the Premier Volleyball League. And we have a new tagline, the heart of volleyball, coming to you from the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center in Manila. Our second game today featuring two Pool B teams. Last year's first runner-up, Creamline Cool Smashers, taking on the highly retooled PLDT high-speed hitters. Hi everybody, thank you for joining us. We are on One Sports and various other media outlets. I'm Eric Tapan alongside Coach Ronnie Magsanok. And Coach, it's a pleasure to be back in front of live action.
It's been a long 7-month wait for all of our volleyball fans. And right now, we will be seeing teams number 6 and 7. They've been making their debuts. Isa na lang yung team na hindi naglalaro. At yan na yung Chocomucho na maglalaro pagdating bukas.
We have 9 teams all in all in this conference. We're going to take a look at both pools and see which one of your teams will need a lot of your support in this open conference.
9 teams divided into 2 groups. 5 teams in Pool A, 4 teams in Pool B. Eventually, after playing each other in different pools, 4 teams will make it in Pool A. All of the 4 teams in Pool B will make it to the quarterfinals. When they get to the quarterfinals, the top 2 seeds, number 1 and 2 teams, or number 1 team in both of those pools will have a twice to beat edge in the quarterfinals. Yung 2 and 3 knockout match yun. And then, the winners will then face off pagdating sa semifinals. The losers in that particular face-off will then be relegated to the classification phase. Ito na po yung pinag-uusapan natin na format kanina sa ating mga siyam na teams na hinati sa dalawang pools. Hindi magtatapos kung hindi ka makarating sa quarterfinals. Kung ikaw umabot, tutulak ka sa semis, best of 3, tutulak ka sa finals kung makalusot, best of 3. Kung hindi ka naman makarating, ikaw ay lalaro sa relegation, classification para malaman ang pwesto mula pang 5 hanggang pang 9 na pwesto.
We're playing a compressed format, so it could be confusing to figure out, but we'll take you through each and every game. We're going to be here on all game days to ease you through the new format of the Open Conference. Now let's take a look at your teams playing today, seeing action for the first time in the 2022 PVL Open Conference.
Of course, when you talk about these 2 teams that will be in collision course, you'll be looking at a team that finished in the 2nd spot in the 2021 Open Conference at yan ang Creamline Cool Smashers. This is a 3-time PVL champion team. This is battered, of course, by a 3-time PVL MVP and another PVL MVP na si Gemma Galanza. Look at the holdovers for the Cool Smashers. Such a talented roster from top to bottom. They will lose, however, the services of Michelle Gumabaw, number 4 in spike percentage, number 2 scorer among the Pool Smashers, number 3 in terms of spike percentage, number 8 in blocks, number 7 in service aces. Definitely a large void to fill, but in comes Phil Kinglet Cayetano, who also comes from the Ateneo Luigas, also a product of Saint Scholastica.
So a very familiar team, and according to Eliza Valdez, chemistry is going to be key for them in the 2022 Open Conference. We'll find out more about what she thinks of this slightly retooled Creamline Cool Smashers when in this interview.
After few bubble trainings, bubble setup na mga tournaments, I think mas naging close pa kami on and off the court talaga. Mas nakilala namin at masasabi kong isang pamilya talaga kami after ilang years na namin magkakasama. Siguro ang key takeaway ko last year na tournament, to enjoy every little things, to enjoy every little, siguro every point. Kasi I think that's all that matters eh. If you enjoy it, naabot kayo sa dulo. And I guess yun yung isa sa mga learnings namin. And you enjoy it together. And one of the things na talagang dream ko is to give siguro magandang mga games din. Hindi lang para sa mga nanonood sa atin, pero sa management namin and para sa isa't isa, para sa Team Creamline. And one of my goals also, I think I'm motivated, we're all motivated to play after so long, di ba? It's always nice to get back here, play, and be together with everyone. So I think that's one of the greatest motivation right now.
Well, Liza Valdez was speaking to the media just a few weeks prior to the start of the 2022 PVL Open Conference. She was saying that their chemistry, their familiarity, their team is a two-edged sword, Coach Ronnie, because they can easily be scouted since they've been together for so long. And there's practically nobody new except for Phil Kainglet Cayetano.
But the hardest part about playing a team that you really know well of, mas mahirap talunin. When it seems that you know and you're familiar with what they're going to do, the harder it is. That is, in terms of effort, in going to overcome them. Well, you just took a look at the heart and soul, of course, of the Cool Smashers. 7 conferences in the PVL, 6 years together, and no doubt, this is one primary reason why they are a tough team to beat. Why? They have not finished lower than third in the last 7 conferences that they have played in the PVL. And a large part of that success is Liza Valdez.
Now let's take a look at this new team with probably the most new additions in itong PLDT high-speed hitters. And it's going to be very exciting because one of their key additions here is Mika Reyes.
Right. 7 months ago, it's a few weeks after the last Open Conference, there were subtractions and an addition in the family of the PVL. And eventually some players found themselves in limbo. But these are big-name players who certainly are welcome additions when you talk about different teams searching for a retooled roster. Only 4 players in the lineup, a different mentor as well, from Coach George Gorayev to Coach George Pascual. Isa Molde, Eliza Eroa, Gerald Singh have gone to different directions. But the important part, the best libero of the last Open Conference, Catarado, is on board. We talk about height, they've also loaded up with Mika Reyes, Del Palomata, and even Mary Ann Mendres. And then you bring in Jovi Prado, another excellent wing spiker, together with Hider Genoo. Chances are, like what we saw of Signal yesterday, this is going to be a tougher team to beat. We talk about the PLDT high-speed hitters, who incidentally finished in the 7th spot in 2021. And the only teams that they beat were the Spikers, of course, the Bali Pure Water Defenders.
That's right.
At, of course, yung team na nasa ilalim din nila,
Signal.
ang Signal, HD Spikers. Now they are aiming to finish higher, and they are looking at Rhea Makulangan to spearhead, together of course with the ageless and evergreen Wendy Sumana, to spearhead the campaign of this PLDT high-speed hitters.
PLDT high-speed hitters only won 3 games, 3-6
Right.
kanilang standing
Right.
at the end of the elimination round of the Open Conference. There's our new head coach, George Pascual.
With a new look as well.
That's right.
Right, the pride of FEU with a new challenge, and he has been very busy in the off-season, not only with the bubble training, but more importantly, putting in the heavy materials that they need to be able to keep in step against one of the toughest teams in the history of the PVL, ang Creamline Cool Smashers, who, even after losing the title match doon sa Cheritigo, lost only to one team in the Open Conference.
That's right.
And that is Cheritigo, as with the Kapig, at Coach Sherwin Meneses, who will be at the helm of the Creamline Cool Smashers.
We'll get off to a good start here. 2 teams in Pool B seeing action for the first time in the elimination round of the 2022 Open Conference of the PVL. Rhea Makulangan, it's going to be in her hands.
Yes,
How to orchestrate the offense of PLDT today, Coach Ronnie.
Right, Rhea Makulangan, former national player, will be tasked to just make sure that the offense of the high-speed hitters will be in sync. And he has a lot of materials, a lot of excellent wing spikers, some new middle blockers. Definitely, they have what it takes to be able to keep in step. The only question is, did they have enough time to build team chemistry? Did they have enough time to define the roles? They have Coach George Pascua, who is a master mentor. We can run things for them, and we expect no less than the best from the PLDT high-speed hitters.
You're looking at Creamline Cool Smashers right now, PLDT high-speed hitters. 2 teams, one, very familiar with one another, been together for years.
Right.
The other newly formed with at least 9 new players.
At least.
At least 9 new players in the team. We'll send it courtside now for our official lineups.
Let's meet our officials for this match. First referee, Fernando Velarde, national referee. Second referee is Nestor Matematico, national referee. And now let's meet the starters first for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Outside spiker from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 2, team captain Eliza Valdez. Middle blocker from the College of St. Benil, number 6, Jeanette Panaga. Center also from Ateneo, number 12, Gia Morado de Guzman. Middle blocker from the Far Eastern University, number 13, Celine Domingo. Outside spiker from Anderson University, number 15, Gemma Galanza. Opposite hitter from the University of the Philippines, number 18, Tots Carlos. Starting libero from FEU, number 11, Kyla Atienza. Head coach for Creamline is Sherman Meneses. And now the starters for the PLDT Home Fiber Power Hitters. Middle blocker from De La Salle University, number 3, Mika Reyes. Opposite hitter from the Far Eastern University, number 10, Chin Chin Basas. Center from the University of Santo Tomas, number 12, team captain, Rhea Di Maculangan. Middle blocker from the University of St. La Salle Bacolod, number 13, Del Palomata. Outside spiker from Central Philippines University, Iloilo, number 17, Fiona Ceballos. Outside spiker from Arellano University, number 19, Jovi Prado. Starting libero from the University of the East, number 8, Kat Arado. And a head coach for PLDT, George Pasqua. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. This is match number 4 between the Creamline Cool Smashers and
Day number 2 in the 2022 Open Conference. There's your starting lineup for the Cool Smashers.
Tots Carlos will have a big shoe to fill, but she's very able, she's very capable. Top to bottom, big name players, Creamline Cool Smashers looking to sustain what they have started. They have not finished outside the podium from the beginning, from the time they started participating in the PVL. And as we take a look at the flip side, also certified volleyball stars in the fold of the PLDT high-speed hitters. Let's see how they fare against a team who is rock solid in terms of team chemistry.
And right now, I'm sure the internet is firing up with this matchup. One of the things that we haven't really even mentioned, Coach Ronnie, is that rematch between Eliza Valdez and Mika Reyes, obviously.
That's part of it. But they are way past what they have been able to bring together for La Salle and the Ateneo.
That's right.
These are professional volleyball players that we're seeing playing the game for a living. Nice to see our former UAAP, NCAA, and Elite stars transition to be professional players in their own right.
Galanza hitting it outside. And PLDT is on the board first in set number 1.
First attack error happening here for the Cool Smashers for Gemma Galanza, who finished in the 13th spot in scoring in the 2021 Open Conference.
And also ranked number 7, best server in the last conference. Galanza bumawi, Coach Ronnie.
Right, the pride of the Adamson Soaring Falcons has really developed a lot. And I believe that Gemma Galanza is going to be a part of the Southeast Asian Games that will play in Hanoi, Vietnam pretty soon. That's about May. And this is also the national team that will travel to Brazil immediately after the PVL Open Conference.
Blocked there by Tots Carlos against Mika Reyes.
We talked about the ability of Michelle Gumabao to do the first line of defense para dito sa Cool Smashers. Now, Tots Carlos has to help out Pangs Panaga man the net defense para dito sa Cool Smashers.
Well, Tots Carlos, she's been improving each and every game from last conference. She started from the bench, and towards the end, the quarterfinals, semifinals, she became a starter for Creamline Cool Smashers.
Remember that she used to play for the Perlas Spikers before moving over to the Cool Smashers, but is now a rotation player for the Cool Smashers when you talk about the starting unit. 2-point lead for the Cool Smashers here in set number 1.
Di Makulangan, back set. And Prado off the block.
Off the block point coming from the pride of Arellano University. She's been around from Petrogas to Santa Lucia. No problem for Jovi Prado. Sabi nga ni Del Palomata, kaya gusto niya rito, makakasama niya si Jovi Prado.
One of the new faces, one of the many new faces for PLDT.
Service error for PLDT. Also a champion in her own right. Arellano winning some championships in the NCAA.
One of the big names of the NCAA, actually, Jovi Prado. Meantime, Panaga getting ready to serve 4-2 here in set number 1. Well, both teams stiff for that, sending it outside. 3 points for each other. Jeanette Panaga was the number 18 best scorer in the Open Conference and also the number 4 best blocker.
The reigning best setter, of course, is Gia Morado de Guzman.
That's right. There she is, de Guzman back set. Thoughts Carlos firing one in.
And that's just an illustration of the kind of ball distribution na may kakayahan. Si Gemma Galanza, who will not be traveling with the national team, declined the invitation to be a part of the national team. Carlos going deep, Carlos going long, and Carlos scoring the 5th point for the Cool Smashers.
And you mentioned how big of a set of shoes she has to fill without Michelle Gumabao, but she's doing pretty great so far.
Size and height, Nika Reyes and Del Palomata comprising the twin tower combination, and Del Palomata shows us why she was taken in by Coach George Pascua because of that kind of weapon that she possesses.
Good receive from Carlos. Set Domingo with the cross court. Back row attack from Prado. De Guzman sets up Valdez into the net. And the game is tied at 5.
Good scoring run here for PLDT, disallowing themselves na mabaon ng mas malaki. Rare attack error from the Phenom. Valdez, the leading scorer in the recent, in the last PVL Open Conference that was played in July to August of 2021.
And the number 2 best spiker among many other citations and awards she received. Domingo scoring there.
I think she was the first best outside hitter doon sa sila ni Jaja Santiago yung magkasunod siya.
Yep.
I recall right. And Cool Smashers stops the scoring run of the high-speed hitters with that last attack point.
And she is also the 3rd best server, by the way. So got a lot of aces in the Open Conference. Galanza trying to go down the line. Basas picking it up. The back set, back row attack from Carlos. Good exchange here. Basas tries again. This time Galanza. Solid block by Palomata. Offense and defense from Del.
That's a double block on one of the best scorers in the PVL. Palomata getting the job done. Look at this sequence. Even with a slight delay of Gemma Galanza, Rhea Di Macalangan and Del Palomata closed that door on Gemma Galanza, and we're tied once again at 6.
Ceballos with a good serve. Middle attack there from Galanza.
This time it's a quick set to be able to beat the double block. Galanza. Look at that nice vertical versus Palomata. The second blocker was late to close. And that's an off. That's off a high-speed hitter defender. Still a 1-point lead for the Cool Smashers.
Magandang palitan so far early in set number 1. What a nice serve from Seth Domingo. Jovi Prado off the block. Galanza.
Oops.
Galanza trying to save it. But good placement there by Jovi Prado.
Miss hit coming from Gemma Galanza. Turned out to be a free gift for PLDT. That reaction by Coach Erwin Meneses says it all. Lamang na sana ng dalawa patungo sa first technical timeout. Instead, chance for PLDT.
1-2 play by Morado de Guzman. And That gets us to our first technical timeout. 8-7, Creamline over PLDT. Sulit saya ang inyong panonood kasama ang Sulit TV. Entertainment, sports, news, and information. Andito lahat. Mapapanood. And on TV5, 1 Sports, 1 PH at lahat ng free-to-air channels. Siksik na. Digital at malinaw pa sa halagang 780 pesos lang. At tumawag lang sa 0288885555 o maaari ring pumunta sa piling authorized stores nationwide. Mabibili rin sa Shopee at Lazada. Bisitahin ang Sulit TV Facebook page para sa iba pang mga detalye. Kaya ano pang hinihintay nyo? Bilhin ng Sulit TV powered by TV5. Let's turn it over to Alexis Tinsay.
I got to talk to PVL best libero last season, Catarado, who mentioned to me that one great thing she's thankful for is Coach George's patience. Dahil nga sabi ni Coach George, sa pagmahaba ang pasensya sa sarili, humahaba ang pasensya sa game and sa team members. And also dahil nga 11 ang new additional members ng PLDT na iba ang sistema. Talagang they have to unite to form this connection against Creamline. Let's get back to set 1.
All right, back here in set number 1, 9-7. Creamline Cool Smashers with a 2-point advantage over PLDT.
Another service error for the Cool Smashers. Previous to that service error, I was about to say Giamorado de Guzman. He's in the top 5 in terms of service aces, number 4 to be exact. At one of the best scoring setters, just behind Dina Wong.
Yep.
Number 27 in scoring, likewise, dun sa 2021 Open Conference. So, double-edged sword na weapon offensively.
But the service is outside as well from PLDT. High-speed hitters, Freddy Makulangan with the error.
About 4 errors already for the Cool Smashers. Maybe around that same number for PLDT as well. So if you take a look at the scoring, about half of their points have come from each other's mistakes.
Oh, speaking of mistakes, third straight service error.
Gemma Galanza was number 7 with a total of 9 service aces. In the last Open Conference, Giamorado had 15. Of course, the leader, Jaja Santiago, with a total of 16, just ahead of the 14 of Gretzel Soltones.
Morado de Guzman sends it to Tots Carlos. The back set, Chin Basas. Galanza picking it up. Valdez with a push. Right spot.
With experience comes wisdom. With wisdom comes better read on the defense. Look at this last sequence. Morado to Valdez. Double block was there. Not exactly the sweet spot that she wanted that set, but still finding ways to score and keeping that ball deep enough to beat the defense.
2-point game, 11-9. Basas. There's a net violation against the Cool Smashers.
There's no doubt that we talk about floor defense. Catarado is among the best. That's why she was the top libero cited last year. But Jovi Prado also at one time played that position. So mabigat talagang depensa nito. And then you have the middle blockers, Reyes and Palomata. With that height that they have, mahirap din lusutan ng depensa nitong PLDT.
Ceballos was picked up by Atienza. Valdez against 2 blockers. Catches the back line.
Earlier it was a push. Now that's the Eliza Valdez specialty. Matikoy coming from Domingo, no problem. Valdez attacking the smaller blocker rather. At least 2 points in this set for Eliza Valdez. Perhaps 1 point better. 2-point lead, Cool Smashers.
The high toss on the Tots Carlos serve. Di Makulangan. Great dig from Galanza. Arado picking it up. Di Makulangan. Palomata off the block. Yes.
She's tall and long, extremely quick. Di Makulangan has a nice array of weapons at her disposal. And one thing is certain, Red Di Makulangan is playing quicker this time around. Alam niya, ang dami niyang bala. Alam niya, ang dami niyang pwedeng puntahan. Lalong-lalo na pag nasa harapan si Palomata.
And it's nice to see she has an early connection with Palomata because there are times when you're playing with an attacker for the first time, you can't, hindi magkatansyahan, Coach Ronnie.
Simple lang yan kasama ng Eric. Wala siyang ganyang bala dati. Walang Nika Reyes dati. Walang Del Palomata. Pag meron kanyan, veteranong itong playmaker na ito, alam niya kung sino ang pwedeng makatulong at magpahirap sa kalaban.
Service ace from Eliza Valdez.
That offsets the 3 service errors committed by the Cool Smashers earlier. Eliza Valdez once again shows us why she is one lethal scoring machine. First line of offense, she can get the job done.
Di Makulangan goes to Ceballos. Good dig from Valdez. Carlos through the block.
Very impressive transition plays between these two teams. Even for PLDT, even if they were beaten in that last defensive sequence. Ang bilis ng palitan, ang bilis ng bola. Conditioning at its finest, even if these two teams are just making their debuts. As we take a look at the former UAAP Rookie of the Year, a former member of the Ateneo Lady Eagles, Dulce Monte, announcing her re-entry to the PVL.
She last played for the Perla Spikers in the Champions League.
Not last year, no?
Yeah, not last. She did not play in the Open Conference.
Separation is now because of the efficiency from the service line of Eliza Valdez.
The PVL 2022 Open Conference is available on One Sports and in high definition on One Sports Plus, Signal TV 261. And a great first set we're seeing here between the Creamline Cool Smashers and the PLDT high-speed hitters. 16-11
Right.
is the score.
Suddenly their separation because Eliza Valdez has been on the service line for quite some time. We talked about national players for the Southeast Asian Games. I failed to mention Kat Arado. Nika Reyes played in 2019 for the national team. In fact, Kat Arado will also play for the Southeast Asian Games in Vietnam. Joining Eliza Valdez and Jaja Santiago, among others, in 2 months.
Great exchange. Morado de Guzman taking matters into her own hands.
2 points for Gia Morado. We talked about Gia Morado de Guzman being the second best scoring setter all throughout the playmakers.
Right now, we're seeing a couple more substitutions for Coach George Pascuas. Wendy Semana will check in along with Heather Ginoo.
The ageless Wendy Semana.
That's right.
Used to play for the Philippine Army. Comes out of Far Eastern University. When we talk about FAU, you have to mention Coach George Pascuas.
Of course.
Then you see the connection.
Eliza Valdez and her numbers right now: 5 points, 3 attacks, 2 aces. There's a service error.
But she did enough damage to push her team to more breathing room against PLDT na kanina kapit ng kapit.
Former Lady Eagle, Jules Samonte. 12-17. Oh, these service errors, Coach Ronnie, right now hurting PLDT.
4 for PLDT, 4 for the Cool Smashers. Unfortunately, ang service aces ng Creamline ay may 3. PLDT ay wala. As we will be seeing Phil Kenglet announcing debut para sa Cool Smashers as a designated server for Creamline.
It's good to see Phil Kenglet Cayetano back on the court.
Seems to be in pretty good shape.
Yep. Semana setting it up. Prado, that's too low. And now with a 7-point deficit, Coach George Pascua will talk things over. Calls for a timeout.
Let's go! Nag-decide tayo. Duda system. Kasi kung magkakanya-kanya tayo, medyo mahirapan tayo ma-achieve yung panalo. Sige lang, okay lang yung sa umpisa, mabagat. Pero kailangan kunin mo, pag nakuha natin tempo natin, sige. Ba't tayo nag-ingat? The more na nag-ingat tayo, the more na nag-error tayo. Diba? Tiwala lang. Lalo na sa service. First, yung service natin, hindi yan. Okay? Avoid lang. Let's go. PLDT.
Well, isa sa mga lumaylay yun, ika nga coach, no, itong service nila. Committed 4 service errors. That naghahabol sila, so medyo nabaon.
Nabaon dahil yung service efficiency nila, maliban sa service errors, wala rin nakukuha ang unang puntos. Kasi nabawi ng Creamline yung pagkakamali nila eh.
Oo.
At hindi ka lang makatake because the ball will not be in play anymore dahil may regalong puntos na para sa kalaban.
Galanza on the second attempt, buries it.
Kaya Magalanza, Hanoi bound pretty soon. Kaya Magalanza showing us why she has made the national team. Finding that slight window against the double block, going down the line and scoring once again to give the Cool Smashers their biggest lead, an 8-point advantage.
Semana to Prado. Right now, PLDT looking desperately for some offense. Valdez knocks it in.
Well, I thought half of that point came from Gemma Galanza's nice cover. Excellent floor defense leading to a back row play for Eliza. Single block, no problem for the Phenom, 9.8 for the Cool Smashers.
And back-to-back timeouts for Coach George Pascua.
Yan ba yung iniisahin? Tanong ko kayo, yan ba yung iniisahin natin? Yan ba kayo? Hanapin natin yun. Diba? Ang hinihingi ko lang naman, makita yung system natin para makita natin kung effective eh. Kung hindi tayo susunod, ano mangyayari sa atin? Nagkakanya-kanya tayo sa court eh. Hindi kayo nag-uusap. Diba? To avoid errors, ano ang kailangan? Ito lang naman, no? Enjoy nyo lang naman eh. Ang hirap ng ginagawa natin sa training pagdating sa laro. Let's go! PLDT!
Well, you heard Coach George Pascua. He's saying hindi niya nakikita yung sistema na ginagawa nila sa practice that they've been training for. Eliza Valdez, 4 out of 6 from the field. 6 points so far. Sky Inglet continues to serve off the bench. Palo Mata! Much needed point for PLDT.
Nice to score off a timeout. Palamata has been the sharpest weapon so far for high-speed hitters. Sobrang tangkad even for Pangs Panaga, who was a one-time Best Blocker awardee in the NCAA for the College of St. Benilde.
Panaga looking to get one back.
Ooh.
Really tight set there for Ginoo. Here comes Galanza once again with a push. Oh, Galanza! She's showing us everything early in this match.
Right. Also reading the defense. First, an adjustment from either Ginoo, and then in transition, Galanza getting that nice set from Gia Morado de Guzman. Ang bilis ng rotation sa service line, no? Si Gia Morado na ulit.
Biggest lead at 9 points for Creamline. Mika Reyes plays setter to Ginoo. That's outside. Double-digit advantage now for the Cool Smashers.
Interesting how many errors have been committed by the PLDT high-speed hitters. Umiwalay eh, no? Kanina 9-all lang yan eh. And then nung nakarating si Eliza sa service line at nagtuloy-tuloy yung aces, hindi na nakabalik itong PLDT. Kanina nakakasabay. 10-point lead, Cool Smashers.
Panaga with the drop. That was picked up. Picareyas in the middle. Caetano with the up. Oh! Rarely do you see one of the best setters in the country commit an error like that. But there's always a first time for Morado de Guzman.
Tried to push that ball over. As Pedro Macolangan will come in for Wendy Sumana.
Nevertheless, a really huge cushion for Coach Sherwin Meneses and the Cool Smashers right now. Up by 9. And they don't even need to turn up their offense because they're getting 3 points.
Exactly. And those 3 points have pushed Creamline closer to its 25th point. Closer and closer to closing out the first set. At doon nakatingin si Coach George sa scoreboard.
Good serve from Galanza. Picareyas blocked by Valdez. Here comes Pasas. Caetano with the up. That's a little too close to the net. And finally, a mini break here for PLDT high-speed hitters. Let's see if they can capitalize on this.
Pumupuntos na lang sila rito sa errors ng Cool Smashers. Dalawa in the last 3 sequences. But a commanding 9-point lead. Let's take a look at the production of Jovi Prado, all coming from attack points.
This is 9 set points for Creamline, and they only needed to give away a couple. Panaga says there's a touch, but officials, both the first referee, Fernando Velarde, and the lines judge saying no touch. So that's 2 set points given up by Creamline. They still have 8 more though. Oh, wow.
Masakit. Yun ang masakit. That's when you think that they'll be trying to make an end game run or end set run. Suddenly the set ends because of another service error from PLDT.
Creamline Cool Smashers with a decisive first set win, 25-16 over PLDT. (25-16) Creamline over PLDT after set number 1 here at the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center. Hi everybody, Eric Tipan alongside Coach Ronnie Magsano. We'll take a look at the set highlights. It was close until before it went double digits, Coach Ronnie.
Right.
That's when Creamline pulled away.
It was very, very close. Even match that we saw in the first 18 points. The pace was quick. It was furious. But if you take a look at what Creamline is doing, that is the kind of pace that they want to establish simply because mas matatangkad yung kalaban. They feel they have the advantage in terms of quickness, and they showed it. They know that they are fit. They have that nice team chemistry, and they have these nice numbers to prove how they dominated a team which committed 9 total errors, but majority of those errors came from the service line, meaning there was no play on the ball that happened because of those mistakes. Probably marami din sa Cool Smashers, pero nakawit nila pabalik in their favor because of at least over 2 service aces, make that a total of 3 service aces. And then their offense was better, especially after the first 18 points, courtesy of Galanza and Eliza Valdez, and a sprinkle, of course, of Tots Carlos.
That's right. Meanwhile, on the other side, Palomata leading the way with 4 points for the high-speed hitters. Eliza Valdez, top scorer for the Cool Smashers with 6 points. There's Del Palomata. They're going to need her offensively and defensively if they are to make an impact against the high-octane offense of Creamline.
Nice balance for Creamline. Valdez, total of 6. Galanza with 5. Carlos and De Guzman with 3 and 2 apiece. That's already a total of 16 points. And then you factor in the errors.
Yeah.
The PLDT, that's giving out 9 easy points. At kahit nagbigay ng 8, yung PLDT, simple lang yan. Ibig sabihin, better ang floor defense.
That's right.
Para dito sa team ng Cool Smashers, also aided by their effort in terms of net defense to slow down the attack efficiency ng high-speed hitters.
Well, aside from the errors, Coach Ronnie, what else does PLDT need to do as they start off with an error to get back here in set number 2?
We have to check how Galanza and Eliza Valdez beat the double block. It's all about the floor defense. Kung hindi si Kat Arado, dahil iniiwas ng Cool Smashers yung bola kay Kat Arado.
Of course.
Specific yung mga tinatarget nila down the line or over the blockers. But somebody has to work harder than Kat Arado to help out their floor defense, especially against a very good offensive team. Good way to open up the set for PLDT. They take the first lead, or they tie the game at 1. Basas now with a total of 3 points. Nice cross court. Finish coming from Chin Basas.
One of the mainstays of PLDT, Chin Basas, and they're going to need a lot from her here in set number 2. Fox Carlos firing one in.
Just an excellent playmaker. We take a look at the precise set given by Morado. Nakaabang dito eh. Nakaarapang sa open hitter. Iba pa to sa opposite. Huli ang blockers. Open ang floor para puntahan ito at Carlos. 1-point lead, Cool Smashers.
Good serve from Panaga. Ceballos with a drop. Valdez was right there. Fox Carlos once again. This time, putting it short right in front of the attack line.
Earlier it was all about power. Now it's all about reading the donut in the defense, running the hole in the defense. Even Catarado was late in that last sequence.
Power and finesse combined.
Sa transition nagkakatalo kasi pag nakasagot sila at naibalik, doon sila nadadali.
Di makulangan. Mika Reyes. And Eliza Valdez unable to get the ball back in play.
Mika Reyes adding power in that last sequence. Makulangan to Mika Reyes. Galanza was there, but everybody was in the front line aside from the 2 at the back row.
Mika Reyes needs to get more involved offensively here for PLDT. Valdez off the blockers.
Once again, understanding where the defense is. And that is where the ball will go. Either to Carlos or Valdez. And then you have Galanza as well. That's the 3-bladed sword in terms of arsenal. It's an offensive weapon.
Yeah.
The coach Sherwin Meneses.
And right now the rotation, the offensive rotation is very good for Creamline, Coach Ronnie. I mean, Morado de Guzman can go either to Valdez, you've got Domingo in front, Tos Carlos on the other side, even back row with Galanza.
Sakang bibilis, saka sipag dumepensa.
3 serving 4 here in set number 2. That's going to be outside. We could tell even before it crossed the net. That was high and long.
That adds to the frustration of Coach George Pascua. First line of offense has to happen para magkaroon ng bowling play. Just to put pressure at least on the defensive side of things para sa kalaban. Dahil hindi na nakaka-receive.
A running attack from Del Palomata. We don't see that very often.
Walang gigil si Del Palomata. Kung makikita mo, may Reyes and Del Palomata hanggang todo.
But I like how they're using her in different ways, si Palomata.
You have to. Kasi hindi katangkaran ng Cool Smashers pero matibay dumipensa.
That's right.
Earlier it was Panaga, now it's a turn of Sel Domingo.
Ceballos, right dig from Valdez. That blocked outside. And another point for Galanza.
Almost, but not quite. Through the block for Ceballos, but once again, in transition. This what I was referring to earlier, kasamang Eric. Yung transition defense, pag bumalik, pag nasagot yung palo nila, doon sila nagkakaroon ng problema. Galanza, once again, helping out. Eliza's scoring race. Galanza now with a total of 6.
And right now, 4-point lead for Creamline. Underhand set from Morado de Guzman. And that's on the line. Back-to-back points for Gemma Galanza.
That's a cut shot. Difficult conversion from Gemma Galanza. 2 straight points, a total of 7. Decoy play by Domingo. And that delayed Del Palomata. Look at the cut shot. Not even a cross-court winner, but a cut shot at her disposal.
8-3 Creamline over PLDT here in set number 2. Sulit saya ang inyong panonood kasama ang Sulit TV, entertainment, sports, news, and information. Andito lahat. Napapanood ang TV5, One Sports, so 1PH at lahat ng free-to-air channels. Siksik na, digital at malinaw pa sa halagang 780 pesos lang. Tumawag lang sa 8888-5555 o maaari ring pumunta sa piling authorized stores nationwide. Mabibili rin sa Shopee at Lazada. Bisitahin ang Sulit TV Facebook page para sa iba pang mga detalye. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Bili na ng Sulit TV powered by TV5. Let's send it courtside to Alexis Tinsay.
The quirky libero of the Cool Smashers, Kyla Atienza, mentioned to me that there's one thing new about the Cool Smashers, and that is maturity. Kyla mentions how wala na silang excuse kung hindi ipakita ang pagkabeterano nila sa ligang ito. She also mentions how the coaches now prioritize asking the players themselves on what can be done new and fresh to the eyes of both the rivals and the fans para hindi lang ang parehong Creamline ang makikita every season. Let's see if they will smash the set. Back to the panel.
Thank you, Alexis. Early timeout by Coach George Pascua. Coach
That
Ron.
is with reason. Kanina, the separation happened in the first set after the first 18 points. Let's listen in to Coach George
Naman natin
Pascua.
kailangan minamadali ang laban eh. Importante lang, nakapokus tayo ngayon. Kung nakuha na natin yung tempo natin, sige, walang problema. Meron ba tayong depensa rito na ikaw ang nandyan, ikaw ang kukuha? May iwan ka rito para sa back row attack. Hindi yung kinukuha yung peso ng kasama ninyo, nawawala kayo sa peso ninyo. Peso muna, base muna. Kaya PLDT.
Alam mo kasamang Eric, in the course of the match, sa dami ng tinitignan ng mga head coaches, isang mahirap ma-identify, but he was precise. We talk about Coach George. The defense is the main concern right now. Paano ka nga atake kung hindi ka makadepensa? Paano ka pupuntos kung wala man ng rally?
That's right.
Hindi ka makapasok ng service. And now, that is a big 6-0 run. Finally, stopped by Ceballos. Kanina, 3-all.
They must find a way to stop this offense of Creamline. Try to slow down Galanza, Valdez, and Tots Carlos. Those three have been the headache of Coach George Pascua here in set number 2. Nice pick up there by Arado. Morado de Guzman to Tots Carlos. Just check ball.
Very smart from Tots Carlos. Off the block. And that's not an easy thing to do.
Not against Del Palomata.
It's all about control. Slim and trim. That's Tots Carlos. When we talk about being slim, you also have to take a look at Cel Domingo.
Another good serve from Creamline. Instead, Domingo. Jovi Prado is really struggling. After a relatively good start in set number 1, she has lost her offense here in set number 2.
And because of the pace ng laro, hindi ka makarecover eh. Before you know it, behind ka na na malaki. This is the biggest lead in this set for the Cool Smashers. Kanina, umabot ng double digits yung kanilang kalamangan in the first set.
Biggest was 10. 10-point lead for Creamline at 24-14. Galanza. Off the block. Nope.
Ikitan ka na. Pero ito, ang tinawag ay dito mawin.
That was right in front of our first referee, Fernando Bernarde. 5 serving 11.
Nice to see our game officials back at work again. No? Lahat. It's been a while.
Good receive. Panaga. Was that set low or was Panaga a little late?
I thought that was a low set for Panaga. Probably Gia wanted a quicker set, but it won't pan out in that last sequence for Pangs Panaga. Rare attack error for the pink shirts.
Well, a little momentum going the way of PLDT right now. That's helped a little bit with the reception error by Creamline.
3-1 run generated by PLDT. And Palamata is also a scoring threat from that part of the floor.
Unfortunately, that's a one-and-done deal for Del Palomata. Service error on the second attempt. So a really short run for the high-speed hitters.
Tatlo sila rito galing Santa Lucia, Mika Reyes, Del Palomata, Jovi Prado.
And then may tatlo din galing Petrogas dito. Tatarado, Mendres, and Jesse De Leon, who hasn't seen action yet. Jovi Prado gets one here. Let's hope she starts finding her offense. 4-point game, 8 serving 12.
Pinabawi ni Reyes si Jovi Prado, who was up to the task in that last sequence.
Good serves, hindi makulangan. Much better set there for Panaga, but the rally continues. Panaga underhand set for Galanza. Galanza has been feeling it here in the second set. Ceballos. What a dig there for Morado de Guzman. A drop by Galanza, and like what we've been saying, she's been showing us everything in her arsenal today.
Right. Malaking bagay kasi yung mga teammates mo natututo ka rin eh. Diba? Paano nila ginagawa? Ano yung iba-ibang bala? Faking a power hit, going for that off speed. Finding the hole in the defense. Another smart move on the part of Gemma Galanza. As you mentioned, a one-time PVL MVP.
Trying to serve down the line. Ceballos with a good receive. Mika Reyes. Quick reflexes there by Kyla Atienza. Valdez. Ceballos was right there. Di makulangan, sends it back to Prado. They wanted Prado to get going. Atienza will set it up to Carlos. Arado with a beautiful dig. Mika Reyes with a push. Galanza with the up. What a rally.
Nice
Valdez.
rally.
And Valdez ends the rally with a drop.
But at least now, there are long rallies that we're witnessing. They did not buy the decoy move coming from Panaga. Two blockers were there to cover Eliza Valdez, who, like Gemma Galanza, went for the drop shot, building another 6-point lead, tying their largest lead in this set.
Mika Reyes, solid block by Tots Carlos. That's a second block by Carlos unofficially in my count.
Excellent defensive play coming from Tots Carlos against the taller attacker. 7-point lead to establish the biggest advantage for the Cool Smashers here in set number 2.
Jovi Prado blocked again. This time Panaga with a rejection.
Excellent timing. It's not just about height. It's about timing and read.
16-8 to Creamline Cool Smashers, sending us to our second technical timeout with this defensive play. And One Sports is available for free on Signal Play. One Sports Plus is available on Signal Play Premium for 75 pesos per month. So right now, the Creamline Cool Smashers on a roll and built an 8-point lead here in set number 2.
Just when you think that PLDT was about to overturn their 6-point disadvantage, lalong lumaki the last few minutes.
Panaga again, almost with a block.
Na naman.
Yep. Morado de Guzman to Panaga with a tip blocked by Prado. Valdez. Prado is blocked again. Great defensive effort by Panaga in the middle. Almost a save there by Chia.
This stops a 4-0 run. Knuckle Smashers. From they talk about the count earlier. From a 12-8 score, suddenly it was 16-8, heading to the second technical timeout. Stops a 4-point run ng Cool Smashers and cuts the lead to 7.
Still early if you're PLDT high-speed hitters. But they must make a move now. Panaga, what a touch there.
And the hardest part right now for PLDT, it's very hard to get a scoring run against the Cool Smashers. Pag nakuhanan mo ng isa, babalikan ka kaagad eh. And that is where the cohesion of a team lies.
Yeah.
And that's why they are a winning unit. The ability to not be down on themselves, but recover quickly and score right away and put pressure on the opposing team.
Well, in the last open conference, Creamline had the best winning ratio. And they were the #1 team going into the quarterfinals.
Natalo lang ito sa isang team.
Yeah, they were 8-1.
Right. Natalo lang ito sa isang team at yan ang Cherry Tigo.
That's
They
right.
swept the semis, won the first game of the finals, won the first 2 sets in the final game of the finals before the Santiago Sisters happened
Right.
to turn things around.
There is a net violation. Yeah, net touch against Creamline Cool Smashers. Meanwhile, PLDT finished with 3 wins in the last conference.
3 and 6.
3 and 6.
To be exact. Wireless Spikers, Bali Pure, and Signal HD Spikers ang kanilang nalusutan.
Right.
Nung nagharap ito last year, 25-16, 25-12, 25-13.
And by the way, that spike echoed inside the Paco Arena. You could tell.
Look at the light of Cool Smashers management just behind us. Look at that cross court. Seemingly like a cut shot, same type of shot executed earlier by Gemma Galanza. As we'll be seeing Mandapat.
Yep. And Kyle Negrito.
Of course.
2 new players inserted by Coach Sherwin Meneses for Creamline. Ceballos. Negrito setting it up. Riza Mandapat on the attack. Ceballos with the point.
Ceballos. That sound alone, I'll tell you, that was going to be hard for Atienza to keep in play. Cross court, Atienza tried. Atienza will not succeed, and PLDT will score their 12th point of this second set.
6-point game. 12 serving 18. Valdez. Yes.
The ability to check where the open spot is. There are things that you can teach. There are things that you can train for. But there are things that special players possesses na hindi na ituturo. A scoring machine here in her own right. Once upon a time, played as an import in Thailand.
Yep.
Iilan lang ng mga manlalaro mula sa women's volleyball. Ganun din sa men's volleyball. Bukod tangi, natatangi at pambihira.
Yeah.
Mylene Pat,
That's right.
Jaja Santiago.
Dindin Santiago
Dindin
Manapat
Santiago.
as well. And then you get Mark Espejo, obviously, from the bench.
Even JV Sumagaysay.
Magaysay.
And Mads Gampong.
That's right.
Our imports in Malaysia at present. Nakakatuwa talaga. Nakakatabang pusong sundan na ma-recognize ang ating mga atleta. being taken in as imports.
That's right. That serve is going to be out again. Just when you thought PLDT was getting some sort of momentum, Coach Ronnie, they find themselves
hindi makaahon, no?
down again by 7.
And the biggest scoring run I think that they've had is 2 points.
Phil Kailet Caetano back on the floor for the Cool Smashers.
Ooh, that's Catarado.
Of course. That's double contact against Riza Mandapat, former Lady Bulldog.
Catarado, best libero last year. Catarado, #1 receiver.
Best digger as well.
#1 in digs as well. Pambihira, 207 total. Only very few players along that line. And it's nice to see Catarado battle Don Macandili this PVL season. As we saw F2 Logistics yesterday, finally get a chance to play in the PVL. Indiana D was excellent all match long. And although they lost key players in Des Cheng and Duque Gonzanya, still a force to reckon with.
Yep.
F2 Logistics.
Signal
Winning yesterday. Out of out Rachel Dacus. Jules Samonte scores our first point. Down the line for Jules Samonte. They need more of that from Samonte.
Samonte is going to get subbed out. Rhea Dumaculangan checking back in along with Chin Basas. Still a 6-point game.
Ito na yung 2-point run na mayroon sila. Kanina 2013, ngayon 15 in the match. In here in set 2 for PLDT.
Carlos, she's been unguardable.
Wow. Mentos Carlos is one of the youngest players in this roster. From the Fighting Maroons of UP. Going separate ways sila ni Isa Molde for going their final year for the Lady Maroons.
Kanina ko pa sinasabi sa inyo, kailan pa tayo mag-a-adjust? Second set na yan. Kanina ko pa sinasabi, si Carlos, pag lumabas, walang down the line yan. Cross-court yan, dito yan. Maliwanag. Kasi short na yung bola eh. Hindi niya na madadown the line yun. So kailangan babasahin nyo rin yung sineset ng setter. Minsan sumusobra, minsan tapos. So mag-a-adjust tayo dun sa set ng kalaban. Maliwanag. Hindi porke sinet sa open, gusto nyo, ilock nyo kagad sa antena. Hindi ganun ang basahan ng blocking. Ganun din sa depensa. Maliwanag. Okay, let's go. Okay, PLDT.
The last-ditch effort for Coach George Pascua here in set number 2 calls his final timeout. Down by 7. And Creamline only 3 points away from going up 2-0 in their first game of the 2022 Open Conference. Arado will play setter. Jovi Prado just sends it over. Panaga, she's been a weapon here in set number 2. Chance ball.
A very sharp weapon.
What a pancake dig there for Kat Arado. He's been doing everything defensively for PLDT. Panaga. Arado will play setter again. That's too close to the net though.
Very tight. 8 points ahead and only 2 points away from building a 2-set advantage. But even if they have been struggling, we talk about creation. When they start playing better as a unit, this is going to be a very tough team.
Yeah.
Referring to the PLDT.
Well, they just
high-speed hitters.
have to find chemistry, Coach Ron. You know, maybe it's the unfamiliarity
It takes time, really.
to build that.
Yes. No matter how good your players are, it takes time. Unless it's an all-star game. Nalaro lang talaga.
The one-off game lang.
Exactly. But when you're playing against a system-oriented team, na lahat ito ay professional teams, it really takes time.
Tots Carlos once again. And Todd
She
Carlos
goes down
shows...
the line.
See, exactly. Shows George Pasco, meron akong down the line.
Pero hindi short yung bola.
Yeah.
So she had 9.
So 24-16, Creamline over PLDT, set number 2.
8 set points. Full smashers.
Gave away 1. Mika Reyes is on the other side. Good serve.
I think that is the first service ace.
For PLDT.
Or meron na si Palumata kaninang isa. We will double check that.
But nevertheless, Coach George Pasco will be happy to see that.
That's correct. Second service ace for PLDT.
Free ball for the high-speed hitters. Di Makulangan goes to Ceballos. Down the line. Ball is still good. Another easy over for Creamline. Palomata down the middle. Oh, excellent rejection by San Domingo. And that is all she wrote for
Rally. Goal Smashers closes out the second set, turning defense into offense and shutting the door on Del Palomata.
They gave PLDT several chances with a couple of free balls, but the high-speed hitters just unable to take advantage. And Creamsilk, their defense, or Creamline, their defense extremely good. 2-0, Creamline over PLDT. Cool Smashers up 2-0 against the high-speed hitters, 25-16, 25-18. Let's take a look at some of the set highlights. And again, PLDT started off staying close to Creamline, but immediately Gemma Bonanza, Tots Carlos, Eliza Valdez, along with Jeanette Panaga getting in on the action and put separation early versus the high-speed hitters.
Right. Counts stood at 9-3. Very early separation. They tried their hardest to cut into the lead, but eventually, Tots Carlos, Gemma Galanza once again, Cel Domingo, Eliza Valdez, combining Gemma Galanza and anchoring the defensive effort, of course, of Carla Atienza. Numbers that will tell you the story on the dominant performance for the Cool Smashers. Opponents' errors, halos parehong-pareho yan, no? But we talk about blocking and attack efficiency. Kahit mas marami silang service aces, it was not enough dahil di mo na ma-offset yung efficiency ng opensa ng Cool Smashers. Kumbaga, all cylinders na gumagana eh. Lahat ng pwedeng hugutin ni Gemma Galanza, kaya niyang paikutin.
But some takeaways for Coach George Pasqua, they get themselves a couple of service aces, they reduce their errors, and maybe they're on their way to a much better set here in the third.
Exactly. Makikita naman natin, Palomata, responding, Prado, also contributing, Ceballos, running a line. But on the defensive end, they have to be better. That is where it all starts. Meron namang mahusay na libero pero hindi niya kayang i-cover lahat ng areas.
It's the do or die set if you're PLDT. looking to close it out in a sweep. Mika Reyes. And again, just the way, like the way they close set number 2, they start
Exactly.
set number 3 with a defensive play.
Double block to close out the second set. Celine Domingo scoring that offensive block. This time, Gemma Galanza, single blocker, getting the job done on that slide play. Running hit ni Mika Reyes.
They give Mika Reyes another chance. Cut shot for her, picked up by Carlos. Galanza firing one in. Arado with a dig. Free ball from Samonte. Galanza trying to go down the line. Galanza really showing us everything today.
Excellent adjustment. Look at the flick of the wrist. Ababa para sa cross-court. Enough height para sa ganitong klaseng palo. Look at that side spin. Beating Samonte and scoring the second straight point for the Co-Smashers.
Marisa Sato is in the game for the first time for Creamline.
Sato-san.
That's right. And her right leg is heavily supported. Marisa Sato. Sato with the block.
Parang okay naman daw.
Yeah.
3 straight points for the Co-Smashers, and that's their lead. Lisa Sato with her first point of this open conference in 2022. The pace has been relentless for the Co-Smashers. They've stepped on the gas from the get-go. PLDT, kailangan makasabay, kailangan makabalik para manatiling buhay dito sa third set.
That serve is going to be out for De Guzman. And I'm looking at the rest of the Creamline Cool Smashers. Only Pao Soriano hasn't played yet. Ella De Jesus as well.
Pumasok na si Mandapat, pumasok na si Ella De Jesus kanina.
Okay, so
Phil Kainglet, pumasok na rin.
but Soriano hasn't seen
Si Pao
action.
Soriano, pero nag-warm up, oh.
Yep. Maybe she might see action here as Di Maculangan with the service error there. PLDT really can't get anything going. Their only point
You
is
have to
from an error.
understand that if not for Saturday, every day is a play date dito.
Yep.
So, mabilis kailangan ng turnaround mo. Even coming off a loss. That was a glimpse of Pao Soriano.
Atienza hinatid kay Tots Carlos. That one is dug up. Mika Reyes in the middle. An off-speed hit. Here is Valdez now against 2 blockers. Good floor defense so far for PLDT. Tots Carlos taking advantage of a broken play.
You're given 2 chances to score in transition. You have to take it. Because on return plays, this is going to happen. And it's bound to happen. Good decoy play by Risa Sato. Breaking the double block and isolating Tots Carlos against Jovi Prado. 4-point lead, 5-1, third set. 2-set advantage likewise for Creamline.
Samonte with the receive. Prado down the
nice,
line.
nice.
But Atienza was right there. Here comes Valdez. Valdez down the line.
Nice. But that was nicer. Again, Galanza and Eliza Marquez just mirroring each other's scoring race. Replicating difficult execution on the part of finding the hole in the defense, but able to score time and again. In double figures as si Gemma Galanza with over 10. Valdez likewise also in double figures with 10 points.
And right now, Creamline can do no wrong. Mika Reyes is blocked. Sato goes down. Tots Carlos, that was dug up by Arado.
Impressive.
Basas just short.
Again in transition. Transition defense now working because of Kat Arado. In terms of offense, that has to be better for the PLDT team. Down by 6, 7-1 lead.
And right now, PLDT has yet to score offensively.
Oh, miscore lang sila dun sa service error ni Gemma
That's
Galanza.
right. Mika Reyes blocked by Tots Carlos. Arado with the up. Free ball. Lucky break there for PLDT. That was a broken play for Creamline. There's a block against Basas on the other side. That stayed at the middle of the net for a second. But this outside. Is there a check ball? Nope.
And she was under the ball. Miss hit likewise for Eliza Valdez. PLDT will take it. 2 points coming off a service error and an attack miscue. 8 excellent digs from the reigning best libero, the pride of the UE Lady Warriors, Kat Arado.
How good is she defensively, right? Best receiver, best digger, best libero.
Kaya nga interesanteng abangan pag nagharap sila ni Don Macandili.
Service error for PLDT. Creamline up by 6, 8-2 here in set number 3. Sulit saya ang inyong panonood kasama ang Sulit TV, Entertainment, Sports, News, and Information. Nandito lahat. Mapapanood ang TV5, One Sports, One PH at lahat ng free-to-air channels. Siksik na, digital at malinaw pa sa halagang 780 pesos lang. Tumawag sa 8888-5555 o maaari rin pumunta sa piling authorized stores nationwide. Mabibili rin sa Shopee at Lazada. Bisitahin ang Sulit TV Facebook page para sa iba pang mga detalye. Kaya ano pang hinihintay nyo? Bilhin na ng Sulit TV powered by TV5. Let's check in once again with Alexis Tinsay.
Is reminding his team to embody the high-speed connection and communication in the court. As of this moment, PLDT is being told to be accountable for their individual roles to increase dependability, to adjust to the readable attacks of the Cool Smashers, and to stay loyal within Coach George's system. Now the question on everyone's mind is what kind of tools will PLDT utilize to recover this set 3? Let's turn over to the panel to hear what they think.
Thank you, Alexis. Right now, I don't know how readable the offense of Creamline is because PLDT has no answer defensively.
Well, you know who will be scoring, but it's very hard to stop them. Right now, Valdez has 10, Galanza has 10, Carlos has 11 for a total of 31. Tama yung report ni Ari. Tama rin yung sinasabi ni Coach George. But to be able to solve it in one single game requires a lot more than what we're seeing right now from their team. 7-point lead for the Cool Smashers. Another timeout. Coach George.
Kasi manalo, nasa inyo naman yan.
Timeout.
Basta kami, magbibigay lang kami ng instruction sa inyo. Kung hindi nyo susundin, hindi rin tayo mananalo. Diba? Paano instruction lang? Pwede ba tayo titingnan natin ng bola? Hindi. Kunin natin. Ang ginagawa ng kalaban, specific target lang naman sila eh. Alam niyo pa yung tatargetin. Dapat ready tayo. Diba? Iasa ba natin sa kasama natin? No. Tayo mismo, kasama natin sarili natin bago kasama natin.
Tara!
System.
Ilaban natin!
Okay, Trinity.
Together! Let's go!
This is the service ace that forced Coach George Pascua to call a timeout. There's nobody close to the ball.
Sabi nga ni Coach George, specific target. You have to be ready. You have to be willing. You have to work hard. That is the first line of offense. You have to be able to keep the ball in play.
Basas is blocked. Semana goes back to Basas. Gets it through this time. Atienza with the up. Tots Carlos with the push. I was blocked in the middle by De Leon.
Masakit yun.
A net touch.
That was a point waiting to happen for PLDT. Jesse De Leon touching the net. Jesse De Leon enabling the Cool Smashers to get their 11th point.
And Creamline continues to pull away.
Si Jessie yung architect, di ba?
That's right.
Makakatuwa tong batang to.
Yeah. She was the one who designed Jaja's
Di ba?
house.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, of course. Ang hirap kaya nun. May board exam yun eh.
Yes.
Sana all, no?
Saka maraming mat yata yun, coach. You know?
Choppy ka. 7-point lead for the Cool Smashers. They try to stay in the hunt. They want to cut into the 7-point lead, rather into the 7-point deficit.
4 serving 11. Carlos, just a basic up. De Leon. 2 excellent digs for Creamline. Semana sets it up to De Leon once again, blocked by Valdez. Here's Samonte. De Guzman down to Domingo. A good exchange here in set number 3. Valdez on a combination play, and the Creamline will score again.
Yung galaw ni Domingo na yun, ang laking bagay dahil naitago si
Yeah.
Valdez. Excellent transition, very long rallies, and then that decoy move, enabling Valdez to beat the blockers. 8-point lead Cool Smashers. Hindi mo makikita eh.
Yep.
May piston sa likod. Piston play anchored on Liza Valdez.
Better received from Samonte. She gets it back. She goes down the line and scores.
Samantha earlier went to Jessie De Leon twice. Now she goes to Jules Samonte and she delivers.
Still a long way to go if you're the high-speed hitters. 5 serving 12. Set number 3. Must-win situation for them. Semana on a 1-2 play. Atienza with the up. Galanza. Semana. Prado is blocked. Semana's been running around a lot here. Underhand set for Galanza with a push. Samonte with the up. Pretty exchange. That goes outside though for Prado, as Creamline is protecting an 8-point lead.
In as much as we have seen 3 players hit double figures for the Cool Smashers, offense has been in full throttle, high octane, but you have to admire the defensive effort of the Cool Smashers. They understand that a lot of teams, all of the teams have gotten better. You have to double your effort defensively para magamit mo yung wanted offensive arsenal na mayroon kayo. Very sharp serve once again from Domingo.
And an easy over for PLDT as they can't even get their offense going at this point. Tots Carlos with a quick kill. 9-point lead for Creamline.
Dati si Liza Valdez lang yung nakakapatay dyan mula sa back row. Tots Carlos, look at the glide. And then the finish. Cross court, going deep, going long. 9-point lead, nearing the double-digit advantage once again for the Cool Smashers.
Another easy over for PLDT. Sato is blocked. Semana on a 1-2 play. Overset. But De
Jessie
Leon
touches
once
the net.
again touches the net.
Gigil na gigil niya si Jessie pumuntos. Ang hirap butasan ng depensa ng Cool Smashers.
I think that's one thing we haven't mentioned enough, Coach Ronnie, how well Creamline has been receiving this whole game.
Reception, floor defense, blocking. Hindi naman lahat offensive blocks eh. Pero once you slow down the offense, you turn the rally into a longer exchange, chances are lumalamang sila.
That service wide for San Domingo. Back to a single-digit advantage for Creamline. 15-6. Right now, if you're PLDT, anytime is a good time to make a run. Down by 9 points. That's Carlos.
Oh, nice.
A push. Emica Reyes. An easy 1-2 play for Gia Morano.
That was a difficult angle that she took. Second technical timeout, 10-point lead. Goal Smashers comfortably ahead.
Take a look at the angle by Morado de Guzman. 16-6, Creamline over PLDT, set number 3. The PVL 2022 Open Conference also available on Smart Gigaplay. Coach George Pascual right now under duress. Down 2-0 and down by 10 in set number 3. Gemma Galanza will sit down. Riza Mandapat? No. Rose Vargas checks in for her. There's Mika Reyes. Wants to step up. Served by Morado de Guzman.
She's really trying hard. Together with the rest of the high-speed hitters.
Vargas. That's going to be 4 touches.
Serving 16. Now serving for PLDT, Lucky Sedmana.
7 serving 16. 9-point game. Vargas. Semana to Prado. Sato with the tip. Arado back set. How often do you see that? That was rejected. Ball kept alive by Semana. Easy over by Samonte. Creamline on the attack. Thoughts Carlos. That was blocked. Oops.
This is the first long rally that we've seen.
Yep.
Na nakuha ng PLDT. And I thought that Wendy Semana covered a lot of mileage in that last rally. Pasok sa loob. Hustle sa likod. 2 straight points for PLDT after the second technical timeout.
Naka 10K na yan ngayon si Wendy Semana for sure.
Daming steps.
Semana. There's Mika Reyes attacking. Vargas through the block. The back set a little short for Basas. Atienza diving for it. Vargas. Prado. What a rally here. PLDT showing some fight. Vargas, another great dig. Ball still alive. Sato rejected, and the defense of PLDT holding up.
Biggest scoring run for PLDT since set number 1. 3 straight points after being down by 10. Vargas has been trying, but the defense has been holding up for PLDT. Catarado very much alive, playing with a lot of enthusiasm. Right now, they feel that they can overturn what stands as a 7-point disadvantage.
Well, they were down by as many as 10 here in
Correct.
set number 3.
16-6 kanina yan.
Right. So let's see. It doesn't hurt that the Creamline is helping out with these errors. Yes, a 6-point game now. 10 serving 16. Former late block. Oh, wow. Mika Reyes with the rejection at the net.
5 straight points. 5 straight points. Down 10, only behind by 5. Biggest scoring run. They feel the pulse once again. The fire is burning for PLDT.
And that forces Coach Sherwin Meneses to call a timeout.
Binigay niyo sa libero. Gumalaw, walang gumalaw. Oh.
Hindi ba tapos ha? We have to finish.
Yes.
Finish lang. Mindset lang. Mindset.
One point tayo. 1 point. Okay, lahat na. Okay, go.
natin sila yung mag-aero. Pumuntos tayo
Yes,
muna.
coach.
Let's go.
Alright, go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hey, Creamline!
Happy!
Hala.
And that was the first time out of Coach Sherwin Meneses the entire game.
They need to stop this scoring barrage. The biggest scoring run for PLDT.
Mandat, make that Vargas, that's outside. The call is outside.
Cross court attack from Vargas still will not connect. 6 straight points.
And PLDT now just 4 points away.
Oh,
That service error on Semana. That stops the huge run, the biggest run so far in the entire match for PLDT. De Jesus with the dig. Carlos, that's outside. Carlos
hindi mo ba yung bola?
with several errors, consecutive errors for her. So got a ball game here. It's a 4-point deficit for PLDT.
Bibigyan ng target ni Coach George Pasco si Joey Prado kung sinong pwedeng puntahan dito sa serve na ito.
They go to the libero. Kyle Atienza. What's Carlos? Arado is right there. Semana, easy over. Valdez against two blockers. The save is not good.
Eliza says enough is enough. Remember, halos every other day yung laro mo rito. The earlier the finish, the better it is for you in terms of recovery. For you and the rest of the team, rather.
Pasas. Good catch, Coach Ronnie Magsano.
The run continues para dito sa PLDT. Down 16-6. It's an 8-2 counter run for the PLDT during the third set.
Still a close game compared to how the first two sets ended. 4-point lead for Creamline. Tots Carlos. Off the block by Palomata. So a 3-point game. And another timeout by Sherwin Meneses. As his 10-point lead is now down to 2.
Walang problema. So tuloy-tuloy na tayo. Atin na to. Maniwala na.
Si Tots na lang muna iikot.
Okay, coach. Okay.
Permis mo lang si Eli dito.
Alright.
Sige lang.
Okay, okay. Asan to? Sige. Kabilang tayo isa.
Kasi nag-stop dito yung ano, yung middle nila. Nandito lang.
Okay po, coach.
Dito kayo mag-play tapos isa lang dito.
Alright.
Tots, focus sa receive and dyan si License pa pa.
Okay, sige, isa-isa. Go.
Hey, Creamline!
This is a 9-2 run by PLDT over Creamline. That was the second time out of Coach Sherwin Meneses.
Alam mo, aided by attack misuse na ito para sa full smashers. Yung habol ng PLDT. At least 4 attack errors ang nakita ko. That's almost half of the scoring run ng PLDT. But the effort exerted by PLDT here in the third set, pambihira
Yeah,
again.
it cannot be underscored. The amount of hustle they showed here in the third set. Another block there. Free ball. Let's see where Semana goes. He goes to the middle. Samontes block.
Offense not working.
that's
You
4
bank
touches.
you bank on your defense.
They called 4 touches, so it didn't cross the net.
Not over.
Yep. They back up to 4 for Creamline. High toss again from Tots Carlos. Good receive from Prado. Palomata using all of that height.
Delaying the tip. Waiting for the blockers to at least give her a better view. Pinitin niya eh. No one home.
Three-point game. Good serve from Basas. Valdez. Drop is good.
Over Palomata. Valdez trying to finish off the top-blocking PLDT. High-speed hitters.
Serve down the line, picked up by Samonte. Palomata. Over received. Del Palomata down the stretch here in set number 3, Coach Ronnie. Really picking up the slack for the high-speed hitters.
Angling her shots, making it more difficult for the blockers and the floor defense ng Bull Smashers to keep her in check.
Three-point game, 17 serving 20. That serve is long.
I thought that that was going to drop in, but Atienza read that ball perfectly.
Creamline in a good position in the final part of this match, up by 4, 21 serving 17. Palomata. Ooh. And Kyle Negrito with a setting error. Creamline giving a lot of chances for PLDT here in set number 3. Plenty of errors.
Trying to breach the three-point barrier itong PLDT.
Sato. Palomata picked up by Atienza. Here's Vargas. Prado. Negrito setting it up for Carlos. Here's Basas. Vargas again. What a rally here. And Rose Vargas hitting it long.
They've been going to Rose Vargas, but so far she has not connected.
This is the closest PLDT has been to Creamline.
Another attack error para dito sa Bull Smashers. And now you can hear PLDT's footsteps, really.
Yeah, 2 points away.
They're on serve.
And Morado de Guzman is reinserted back into the ballgame. Carlos. Still stepping on the attack line, Tots Carlos. He's a back row player, so it's a 1-point game now. Take a look here, Tots Carlos. That's right there, left foot, right on the attack line. Great awareness, Jovi Prado. Tots Carlos this time with a drop.
Good adjustment for Tots Carlos. Once again over the blockers after this dunk play by Morado de Guzman was returned.
Really smart play for Tots Carlos, forcing Coach George Pascua to call a timeout. 2-point game, 22-20, Creamline over PLDT.
Galing service pa to eh. Ngayon kung makukuha, at least kahit pa paano may chance tayo na attempt ninyo, baka sakaling tumaas, may chance tayo na atakihin ulit. Huwag natin titingnan yung bola. Kumpara mo dun sa layo ng server, dun lang sa 2 meters away dun sa may front row. Kaya natin kunin yun eh. Pinapractice natin yung ganung situation, di ba? So gamitin lang natin. Attempt lang natin. Lalo lang ng landing ninyo, nakaganyan naman kayo. Oh. So, yung landing na talagang a-attempt tayo kuha ng bola, yung a-attempt na a-atake tayo. Ano anak? Let's go! Ready, di? Dumikit na tayo.
Minor tweaks and adjustments by Coach George Pascua. First-time head coach of PLDT. Was just announced in January 2022.
Ilang buwan lang na preparasyon.
Yep. And then 9 new players for the squad as well. So a lot of adjustments for this team. Prado did not get it across the net.
Chance to inch closer.
Yep.
And securing their first win for Gia Morado de Guzman.
Mika Reyes. Yes!
It was deflected, but it was not stopped. Still alive. PLDT high-speed hitters, courtesy of Mika Reyes. Ito yung nagpahabol.
Yep.
At siya'y bumabalik na sa service line.
Morado de Guzman to Carlos. Down the middle. Right in front of Catarado. Thoughts Carlos puts Creamline at match point here. 24-21. Vargas serving. Prado against 3 blockers. Gets it through, saves 1.
It was a nice looking point for Jovi Prado. But more importantly, it kept them alive. Triple block. No coverage. Saving the first of 3 match points na hawak ng Cool Smashers.
Good receive from Vargas. Here's Valdez looking to finish it off. Not just yet, says Arado.
Bihira talaga itong si Catarado.
Basa sends it outside. And it's an attack error by PLDT that gives the game away.
Almost but not quite for PLDT. 16-6. They scored 16 points, but the Cool Smashers had enough cushion to break that major scoring onslaught generated by Wendy Simana and Jovi Prado and the rest of the PLDT high-speed hitters. Tots Carlos and Eliza Valdez saving that third set for the Cool Smashers.
It's a sweep for Creamline over PLDT. 25-16, 25-18, and 25-22. The Creamline Cool Smashers with a sweep of the PLDT high-speed hitters 25-16, 25-18, and 25-22.
Right? Superior offense para sa Cool Smashers. Efficient defense likewise for Creamline. And even if PLDT mounted a spirited chase down in the third set, they had enough 10-point bulge bubble to protect. Umabot ang dalawa na lamang yung kanilang kalamangan, but in the end, sapat na sa pin para maibsan yung napakatinding effort na pinakawalan nila Wendy Simana and the rest of the PLDT high-speed hitters.
Well, 3 players in double digits. Gemma Galanza, Eliza Valdez, but Tots Carlos is our player of the game, and she is right now with Alexis Tinsay.
Here with me is Tots Carlos, POG of the Creamline Cool Smashers with 16 points. Tots Creamline is looking faster, cleaner, and more formidable this season. Anong nagbago sa Cool Smashers?
Actually, in terms of sa tao, wala eh. Pero with the training that we had, bubble training, so twice a day kami, talagang we tried to polish yung mga basics talaga, like the receiving, the service, even the blocking actually. Marami yung time na ginugol talaga namin sa blocking.
Iba talaga pag pinolish yung basics. Nagiging mas extra pa ang legendary team. And how do you plan to keep the momentum and morale from this win onwards?
Syempre, we still have to train. Nakita nyo naman during the third set, yung bandang dulo, medyo bumagal yung laro and marami kami na-commit na errors. So yun, every game naman may natutunan tayo. So yun yung kailangan namin trabahuhin tomorrow.
Definitely. Congratulations again, Tots, and the rest of the Creamline Cool Smashers. Let's learn more about thrilling volleyball action. Back to the panel.
Thank you, Alexis. Congratulations, Tots Carlos and the Cool Smashers, who were very dominant in the entire 3 sets.
And the third set was the closest set para dito sa collision course ng PLDT at ng Creamline. And if you take a look at the comeback of PLDT, I believe that this is the kind of thing that Coach George Pascuas envisioned when he formed this squad. And as I've said earlier, this will be a much better team down the road. But right now, the superior effort of the Cool Smashers yielded their first win of this competition. Remember that this is a team that went 8-1 for a total of 9 games doon sa nakalipas na Open Conference. One set away from winning the championship doon sa ating PVL 2021 Open Conference. A lot of teams have retooled and re-strengthened their roster, but they're hoping that somehow they can get their 4th championship sa kanilang 7-year history sa PVL. Numbers that will tell you the story on how dominant the Cool Smashers were laban sa hard-fighting high-speed hitters. Attack points, that's plus 16. Block points, that's plus 2. Dig department, anytime you have Kat Arado, chances are you will battle in that stat category. But Atienza also had a field day helping out the cause of the Cool Smashers. Aces, but started out as an ace party para dito sa team ng Cool Smashers. Eh, nasagot naman ng bandang dulo. At mas marami pang ang errors eventually lumabas ang Cool Smashers.
Well, it'll be a rest day for these 2 teams tomorrow, as you see the last team that hasn't seen action in the 2022 Open Conference, Choco Mucho taking on the first game tomorrow versus the Army Black Mamba Lady Troopers, who lost their first game of the Open Conference, and then F2 coming off a big win will take on the defending champions Cherry Tigo.
We're looking for their first win after being beaten yesterday, and anything can happen in this competition. Very short, quite compressed, big challenge for all of these teams, but there's only one team who will get to the top, and that is the biggest challenge for all of our 9 teams.
Earlier today, Petrogas winning over Bali Pure in our second game. Our PLDT high-speed hitters were slowed down by the chemistry of the Creamline Cool Smashers. Thanks to our director, Al Neri, producer Ada Bayuga, for Coach Ronnie Magsanok, Ai Tinsaya, I'm Eric Tipan. Thank you for watching our coverage of the Premier Volleyball League 2022 Open Conference, the heart of volleyball, right here on One Sports.